Reduce, reuse, and redecorate, transforming old stuff into new treasures. And today we're going to make treasures from t-shirts. And we're going to think about the question, can decorating our home or workspace or adorning our body actually be a spiritual practice? Hi, I'm Dr. K.P. McKee. I'm the founder and executive director of a Spacious Place Creativity and Spirituality Center. And as we go through this, we welcome your questions and comments, and also if you have any other ideas of transforming old stuff into new treasures, we would love to hear about it. So today we have two projects, and I'm going to walk through the things you're going to need for each one. So the first one, you're going to need a t-shirt for each of these projects. And then for this one, you're going to need a good pair of scissors, a permanent marker or seamstress chalk, a ruler, and some kind of stuffing. And then for the second one, which is more involved, you're going to need a sewing machine, you're going to need your t-shirts again, and you're going to need needle, thread, and a ruler or a tape measure to do that one. And we can also add a little to each one. So the first one that we're going to do are these pillows from t-shirts. And as you can see, they're nice and soft and fluffy, and there's something just very comforting about a pillow. So I'm going to show you how to make this one, and with this one you don't have to do any sewing. The first thing you want to do is you want to draw on your t-shirt just a square or a rectangle in the middle. I made this because I did a whole bunch of them. So if you want to make a pattern, you can, or you can sketch using a ruler and your permanent marker. Or if you have seamstress chalk, that's great too. So you want your square or rectangle, and then out from it, you're going to cut these strips. So I'm going to do just a little of this so that you can see what I'm talking about. So we're going to cut through both layers. All the way around. And as we do this, let's think about how making our home beautiful in a way that's uniquely ours makes it a sanctuary for us, and also provides hospitality to people who may come and visit with us out of the uniqueness of our own souls. And how if we adorn our workspace in some way, we have made it not just something sterile, but something that is human and comes from us uniquely. And as we adorn our bodies, we honor the truth of our own souls, and also say to others without guilt, this is who I am and this is what matters to me. So all of these are ways to be the person that God made us to be in the world. And I am not a seamstress, so probably those who do more sewing would have better supplies for doing something like this with. But as you can see, it's very accessible to anybody, no matter what their level of seamstress training, I guess, is. We have done this with children, much to their enjoyment. It's a way to introduce them to fabric art, and also to give them something that they can have with them that feels comforting. All right, so, and then you can save these because you can use them instead of the fiber fill to stuff your pillow if you want to. I would cut off things like the hem here and just have the nice soft fabric, like what I have right here, to do that, so that you're actually really making a lot of use. And then I'm just going to cut a little bit here so you can kind of see. So you're just going to cut through just like this along your lines all the way. And you will do this with 3 sides. And then I'm going to show you on another one that I've already prepped, where I want to tie it so that we can keep track of where the ties are. start from this end.
But you want to cut all 4 sides though, right?
We're going to cut all 4 sides, and I'm going to show you on this one that I've already prepped how to do that. I just want to show you one thing you want to be sure you do after you've cut all 4 sides and before you do move to the next step, because it will help you to know where you want to make your ties and not to get confused about which tie goes with which. So I'm just going to do these last few, and then I will show you. And as you can see, it does not have to be perfectly done. We are not about perfection here. And then once you have cut all 4 sides, you want to tie the corners of each side. And I will show you in one here in just a minute. So you want to make a tie and then a knot. All right, so here I have one. I'm going to move this one off to the side. Here I have one that I have gone that far with, and I'm going to kind of pull it apart here so you can see. All right, so I have tied the corners. You see here, each corner, tie and a knot. And then that helps me know, there's one here tied at the corner as well. So that helps me know when I get started, I find where I have done the tie and the knot, like right here. Hopefully you can see, tie and knot. And then I know to look, and you might want to come in here a little closer, David. That helps me look and find the top one and the bottom one right below it, so that I can tie and knot and tie and knot. And the larger the t-shirt, the easier it is, because you will have more strings to work with and more string length to work with. So these are larger t-shirts. So adult sizes are easier than children's sizes, although you can do any size you want. So that, I'm not going to do all of these while you sit here and wait, but you get the idea. Do 3 sides. Then you want to stuff your pillow, and you can use the fiber fill or old fabric, whichever you want, and then tie up the last side, and when you're done, you have a pillow like this. So that is the first project. Project 2 is to make a headband out of t-shirts.
You talked about that they could decorate.
Yes, thank you for reminding me of that. So if you have a lighter color, t-shirt, you can decorate it with permanent markers. And to do that, here's just an example. This one's not cut. But to do that, I would encourage you to get something like one of these embroidery hoops. This one appears to be quite stuck. And put it in there, and also put wax paper between these layers so that it does not go through onto the back. So you can do your name, you can do any kind of decoration with it if your t-shirt fabric is light enough. So just like this. That holds it up so that you can see. And then if you do stuff it, you're going to want to either use fiber fill or a very light colored fabric to stuff it, because it will show through. So thank you about that reminder. All right, now we are ready to look at these t-shirt headbands, and I have one on as well, and it works like this. So you want to take your t-shirt, and the size of the t-shirt will help you know if it is a good size for your head or not, and you can always use your tape measure to measure around your head and determine that. So what you're going to do is you're going to also use your tape measure to measure approximately 4 inches from the bottom, and then you're going to cut straight across. And as you can see, you can usually get at least 3 out of t-shirts, depending on how long it is. And once you've done this, this is where you're going to need your sewing machine. So you're going to sew fully on the bottom, and you can turn these inside out if you'd like to make them even a cleaner look. And then you want to sew almost to the end of the second piece, and then stop and turn it. And once you have done that, then you're going to hand stitch the remaining part. You can see where we've done that here. So machine stitch, one side fully, one side most of the way up, and then the last about 3 inches, turn and hand stitch. And then we like to also iron them. It makes them a little easier to work with. All right, so you're going to want 2, and they can be the same color from the same t-shirt, or you can use 2 different colors, which is what I like to do. And then you're going to make a V with each one. So they're facing each other and making a letter V like this. All right. Then the next thing we do is take one V and go over the other one like this. So now we have an X. All right. Then you want to take the 2 ends of the same color, and we're going to anchor stitch those together. All right. Just so they hold together.
Oh,
no. Head off. Oh, no.
Your head is falling over.
I hate it when that happens. So sorry. All right, and then here too.
So your anchor stitch is just at the corners.
Yeah, I'm just holding this in place so that I don't get it confused when I get ready to do the next step. It's kind of like a placeholder. And the nice thing about this is, unless the hair on the person you are giving this to or your own is real short, these don't need to be neat stitches because they're going to be covered by hair. All right, and then you're going to do the same thing here. Anchor stitch in each corner. And you can make these as gifts or for yourself, and the colors can be colors you love, colors that go with outfits that you have, colors that represent your school or sports team or nation. You can get very creative with that. And last one. I did not bring the Gifted to Give flyers down. They're still upstairs, so I'll just talk about them. All right. And once you have done that, we just have one more step, and that is simply to bring these corners together. And you're going to sew them all the way across, and I will show you on this one we've already done. So they're going to be like this. Just sew them together. I'll just get this started to give you an idea. It's going to go all the way across. And you may want a thimble for this part because you're going to be sewing through several layers. And then it looks like this when you're finished. And like you can see on here, and as you can see on my head. So if you found this helpful, we hope you will like us on Facebook. You can also re-watch this video on Facebook, on YouTube, and on our website, www.headband.com. aspaciousplace.com. And we're going to be doing another one of these reduce, reuse, and redecorate sessions on September the 22nd. And we're going to be creating something to help decorate my daughter's new home. She just moved to North Carolina, so we'll make something that we can send to her, because these things that we make are very special and unlike anything else. So I encourage you to do that for someone you care about as well. Also, if you are interested in this particular project and also many others, we have an event coming up on November the 10th in the afternoon from 1:30 to 5:30 called Gifted to Give, in which you come and make your own holiday gifts for friends and family from simple or recycled materials at very low cost to yourself. And we will have all the supplies to do this particular one and a number of other things, including glass painting and jewelry making. And it is at the Mary Lee South Point location, 1327 Lamar Square, and we would love for you to join us. We will have more information about that up on our website very, very soon. Also, if you're interested in being an artisan or a musician for the event, we would love to have some more volunteers, and we would love to include you in that. So thank you for joining us. Let's close with a prayer. Thank you, God, for the beauty of the world that you have given us, and for opportunities to create our own beauty for our own souls and for those of others. Amen.